Hello everybody. Let me see something here before I start. Okay. Guess I can't. Let me see. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to just leave it like this. Thank you for watching the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 267, our special summer edition special. I'm Troy West, and thank you so much for watching. Before we get started, I just want to thank you guys so much. Even though I haven't been live much or did any blogs much, I still been getting subscribers through the little short videos I do, and also through my little retro series videos. So I appreciate you guys for that. Um, Sorry about the glare on the camera. Like, my phone is cracked at the top right where the camera is. So that's why it's that little glare that you probably see. So I apologize for that. I was wondering, like, I wish I could get on another device. I wonder if I'm talking like this, I wonder if my picture is blocked out or not. So I wanted to put up like an overlay, but I don't think I could do it through this. So let's see what this do. Oh, poll. Okay. Yeah. So, but this is fine. Like I said, I got to get a new phone anyway soon. But thank you guys so much. Got a lot of content today. Like I said, I haven't been on here in a while, so I just want to touch on some things. For the summer, of course, summer is kind of slow for sports. NFL is out of season, so is the NBA. We got the MLB, but they about to go to All-Star break. So it's not a lot to really talk about that's new. I might just update a few things. I'm going to give my thoughts on Bronny James. That's been one of the hottest topics of sports. Should he have been drafted? How he got drafted, which is obvious, but I give my fully thoughts on that. Um, Team USA about to go over play in Paris. They had an exhibition game last night, the men's national team, so I touch a little bit on that. And we'll touch some NFL stuff. We'll talk about the if you've been following me on my other social media platforms, I've been doing the NFL Roundabout Series. We've done 3 divisions already, the AFC West, NFC West, and the NFC South. So I touch on that as well. We're going to talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are having just a terrible offseason. If you're a Cowboys fan, you got to be very, very nervous with this upcoming season. We'll touch on that. And just some other things, you know. Of course, we got the Olympics coming up, so that's good for sports. That's coming. All types of competitions. I like to watch the Olympics sometimes. Some of the other sports like gymnastics and some of the sports you don't really pay attention. Track and field is popular, and other things. Of course, the men's basketball team and the women's basketball team. So all that's in the coming weeks. So, but overall, the summer is usually not a lot of sports going on unless you're really a baseball fan, which I don't know a lot of those. So, but I am. So I always like to start with that to get that out the way. All-Star break is after Sunday, because Monday is the Home Run Derby, and next Tuesday is the All-Star game itself. Um, Major League Baseball, they do the All-Star game good because baseball is hard to really take a. You can't really. I don't want to say you can't pretty much. Uh, you can't take it easy, or you will definitely get embarrassed. So baseball, the All-Star game is always like a real game. It's usually low scoring because there's so many good pitching. So that's a good thing to watch. The Home Run Derby is like, now that they made all these changes, it's pretty much fun to watch. Now it's like a bracket instead of just taking the top 4. It's like a bracket. So a lot of new guys in it this year. So I'm interested in the Home Run Derby. But just the latest standings. American League East, of course, the Orioles lead that. Um, they've been struggling a little bit though. I'm from Baltimore, so I follow the Orioles kind of closely. Yesterday they got shut out, but the pitching has been bad overall lately. But they still have a two-game lead over the Yankees, which is another contender in that division. The Boston Red Sox taking it in third place. Then you got the Rays and the Blue Jays, with two decent teams. But like I said, the AL East is so strong. In the AL Central, the Guardians. I was about to call them the Indians. The Cleveland Guardians lead that division. You got the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins competing. Tigers still try to hang in there. And then Chicago White Sox, they got the worst record in baseball. They're out of it. In the West, Seattle still holding on to the first place lead in the West, but Houston is right there. I think Houston going to wind up catching them and passing them. Who else out there? The Texas Rangers, I don't know. I think they might be too far behind this year, but I won't count them out yet. The Angels are done, I believe, and the A's are done, of course. Um, the Angels, I think they did just strip everything. I think it is time now to go ahead and see what you get from Mike Trout, start over, because I think they had a standstill. Of course, Tony's gone, so I think they need to go ahead and flip Mike Trout. See, maybe this year, maybe the trade deadline ain't come yet. Maybe that's what I'm sure that's what they're thinking about. So we go over to the National League. We got the Phillies with the best record in baseball. They just won their 60th game last night. My Braves, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. If you know me, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I still feel good about my Braves. I think we still make the playoffs, but I don't think we're going to win this division. The Phillies just on another level. And the Phillies not even at full strength. They got a lot of injuries and still holding on and playing good baseball. The Mets are coming on. The Mets has been playing good baseball. I think they moved all the way up to third place. And then you got Washington and Miami. Washington, you can't, they don't have no household names like they did a few years ago, but they respectable. And Miami, of course, this happens when they get a little bit of good. They trade away all their good players. That's what they've been doing since their franchise assisted, and that's what they're probably going to do again. National League Central, you got who leads that division? The Milwaukee Brewers, kind of in a quiet way, been leading that division all year long. The St. Louis Cardinals started to make me look smart. They moved up to second place. I think third is, but basically everybody else is the same record. Um, uh, Pittsburgh, the Chicago Cubs, where the Orioles are playing right now, and who's the other team in that division? I'm throwing a blank right now. But basically, it's a three-way tie for third because they all got 44 wins, I believe. Pittsburgh, um, Cincinnati. That's what I was thinking about. Cincinnati and the Chicago Cubs. They all pretty much got the same amount of wins. So, in the West, it's the Dodgers. Still, even though they have a lot of injuries as well, they still rolling in the West. Padres in second place. Um, I think everybody else is pretty much on. Colorado is in last. Shout out to my buddy Good Vibes. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he's a Rockies fan. They in last place again. And then who else in that division? We got who else? Who else in the West? The San Francisco Giants, who still have a decent record. That's four. Who's the other team? I said the Dodgers. There's one more team left. I hate when I get these brain farts. But basically, the Dodgers going to win that division. I don't see the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's who that was in the It was in the World Series last year. They started to play better baseball too. They've been playing pretty good baseball as well. So, but all those teams can probably compete for a wild card. But to me, the division, this division's locked up. I think the East in the National League is locked up. I'm starting to think the Central's locked up. I don't think somebody go. I mean, I think St. Louis have a chance to catch Milwaukee, but I just don't think it's going to happen. In the American League, all those divisions still up for grabs. The East for sure with the Yankees and the Orioles. The Central, I think. I think the Indians. I mean, I believe the Indians probably win this division, but I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota or even Kansas City. I'm starting to warm up to them, make a run at them for that division. And then you got in the West, I think it's going to be Seattle and Houston. I think everybody else is pretty much done as far as the division. They're probably a wild card as well. So that's the baseball news for now for this week. All Star game, like I said, next Tuesday. Uh, the home run derby is Monday. So check those things out. A lot of new All Stars this year in baseball. It seems like the last couple of years, it's like the league has definitely gone young. A lot of the older players are either just not that good anymore or are retired. I think like Mike Trout, for example, even though he's hurt anyway, but like all these guys are new. Satoni's young, even though he's a Aaron Judge. Like this is the new crop of MLB All Stars. So keep an eye out for this year's All Star game. That's why I think this game is very interesting this year. It's a lot of new people there. So um, okay, so let's move on. Let's talk NBA. Of course, I haven't really. I mean, I've done short videos, but I haven't really talked about the NBA Finals. We'll go back to that. Just going to touch on it just a little quick. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics again. Definitely have a chance to go back to back next year. Um, of course, you got the drama. Speaking of the Celtics with Jaylen Brown not making the U.S. team after Kawhi dropped out, I'm going to touch more on that in a little bit. Um, but that series, to go back to the finals, Dallas just really never had a chance. Which I was afraid of that Luca would be it would be too much pressure on Luca to do everything, score. And, he had a lot of turnovers in the finals. So it was just except for that game 4 when they pretty much blew Boston up. I think Boston pretty much just took their foot off the gas, knew they could go home and win it. So game 4, I give Dallas credit for winning that game because they could have rolled over. It just got swept. But at the same time, I think Boston knew they had home court in their back pocket. They go home and celebrate. Um, Past the Lakers, by the way, now with 18 titles. Lakers stuck at 17. We're gonna talk about the Lakers because we're gonna talk about Bronny James in a second. But that finals, I ain't gonna lie, it's not one of the best ones I ever seen. Obviously, it was ended in 5 games, but even I'm gonna go all the way back to the '90s. Even when the how many's well, I found out to go back that far. I was trying to think of the last sweep. Well, LeBron and the Spurs, his first time he went to the finals, that was a sweep. I think that was the only one that was been a sweep, the latest one. And then the Lakers swept the New Jersey Nets in 2002. But still, series still felt it was still enjoyable to watch. This series, like it was like no. I mean, even though that Lakers against the Nets, nobody thought the Nets would win, but I guess because Jason Kidd, the games were still somewhat. This game, I mean, this series just didn't feel that entertaining at all. I still watch, but even though this was a 5 game series, I guess I've compared it to sweeps because those sweeps still felt more entertaining than that 4 game. I mean, than that 5 game series with the Celtics. But Dallas, the touch on free agency now. They pick up Klay Thompson. That's a big, big pickup. They lost a couple of other pieces like Tim Hardaway Jr. They lost a couple of guys off the bench, but Klay, I think he's really genuinely upset with the Warriors how they pretty much didn't offer him what he wanted. I think he's going to be motivated this year. He's going to get open shots in Dallas, playing with Kyrie Irving. That's Dallas going to be interesting to watch next year. I think they got to still get some more bigs, but that was a big pickup for them. Um, I'm going to touch on this. Nobody talked about Chris Paul. I wonder if this is last year. He going to the Spurs, play for Coach Pop. But I think him and Wemby, I think the Spurs, they're going to be entertaining next year. So watch out for the next year. Um, let's see some other. Well, the biggest one has been the Paul George to Philadelphia. I touched on that. Like I said, the Sixers, like I said, I think they definitely should be the #1 contender to the Celtics. But can Embiid stay healthy? Can Paul George stay healthy? They both been injury prone off and on their whole careers. So if they don't stay healthy, then it's all for nothing. But I like their team, what they built around them, Tyrese Maxey. I think it's going to take another step forward. So the Sixers is going to be a very, very strong contender if they can stay healthy. But that's their only issue if they can stay healthy. But I like the role players. and everything that's around him. I think it matches everything. So I want to see how that develops. Um, really, they was the two biggest free agents. Paul George going to Philadelphia. Um, there's rumors about Westbrook getting traded to Denver. I want to see if that happens. I actually think that would work out for him if he come off the bench there. I think that'd be a good spot for him if that happens. Um, hey B, what's up, man? I was hoping you was in here. Hope you've been well, man. I've been hanging in there, man. I ain't did a live in a while. Like I said, I was telling when I first started the broadcast, like I got a glare on my camera because my cell phone got it's basically my cell phone cracked all up on my screen. Um, so that's why. I'm glad, man. I'm glad to hear from you, man. Hopefully everything going okay over there where you are. Like I said, I know they still at war over there where you are. So I just hope you're safe, man. It's always good to hear from you. Like I said, I know I say it all the time. Miss playing the Rumble, man. I'm so close to get back going. I don't know. Hopefully they didn't shut the whole game down. I know they stopped making content for it and stuff, but I definitely want to get back on the Rumble. I want to get myself a PS5 as well. So um, I'll try to put all that together. But so the NBA gonna be a very interesting year next year. The West is gonna be stronger. Um, there's a lot of good teams out there in the West. The East really is sort of a separation. It's Boston, it's Philly. I throw Miami in there, even though it seemed like they sleepwalked through the regular season. But I put the Heat. I think they're the three strong teams, and the New York Knicks. I'm gonna give the Knicks their credits, but I think the Knicks, some of the small stuff that they've done to add to their team, they gonna be a problem. They are definitely a top four. The Indiana be a pest like they was this year. They got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're gonna be a threat a little bit out there. Um, but really after that, I think that's it. The East really. Um, I'm trying to just make sure I'm not leaving out anybody. But they the five teams I feel really strongly about that's going to do something. Everybody else going to have some things happen. Um, but those are your top five teams for sure. Okay. Yeah, so it's been hard to get matches because I guess people basically stopped playing the game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just still trying to figure out some things. So I haven't been on. Like I said, I haven't touched my PlayStation in months. Almost. Yeah, it's been a long time since I even touched it. Actually, where I am right now is not even. I don't even have it with me right now. So yeah, but I think I'm just gonna start over and get a PS5. I've been playing my Switch though. I've been playing my Switch, but I usually play. Uh, I play a lot of retro games though. Only newer game I play Mario Maker. I play that. I was thinking about getting Luigi's Mansion. I never played that, but I was interested in maybe getting that. So, oh, one of your friends is here in America. You know exactly where they went in America? What state at least they went in? Uh, oh, let me get this off my chest real quick. The Bronny James situation. Um, there's some people, there's some people out there that's outraged because basically, um, he got he pretty much got handed a contract because he got a full 4 year guaranteed contract. That normally doesn't happen if you draft it in the second round. Usually, if you draft it in the second round, you fight it for a spot on the team, and obviously, that's not going to happen with Bronny. I put up a poll, so go to my community wall right now. Do you think he deserved to get drafted in the first place? I'm on the fence about it. I would say no, just because he haven't shown anything. He only averaged 4 points in college. Um, but we gotta look at the reality. LeBron James is his father. LeBron James got a lot of power, even though he still look up to people, but he still got a lot of power. Um, so I mean, like this is not a surprise. It's not a surprise that this happened. Some people looking at it at aspect as he took a spot from somebody else, which might be true. That part I do agree with. Like somebody that's probably more deserving of the spot than him, I think he should have been undrafted and then, maybe worked his way, signed a contract with the Lakers and did it that way. I said it this way. So he's even though, and then the summer league. There's only been a couple games, but his summer league games has been, he's been passive aggressive, barely shooting the ball. Defensively, he's getting beat, um, and he's going to have a target on his back. And LeBron got to take responsibility for that because some of the things he said, I think somebody brought up an old tweet from, I think he said it in March that who's kidding is Bronny is definitely better than a lot of players in the NBA. A lot of people ain't gonna like, hearing that. So now my point, my thing is why I'm on the fence about the whole situation. Like I don't personally, it personally doesn't bother me. I mean, it's bothering some people personally that he got this opportunity. It don't bother me personally, but I understand. I understand both sides. I understand the side of he's not deserving, but you got to look at the reality that LeBron James is his father. So um, that's just what it is, you know. So I think he should have been drafted. I think he should have been undrafted. Then maybe signed with the Lakers as a undrafted free agent. Maybe they should have did it that way. Um, but he's going to have to prove himself now. Just because he got this spot, even though his contract is fully guaranteed for 4 years, if he doesn't play well, he's not going to play. Not even LeBron will be able to stop that. That's just my personal opinion. He gonna have to prove himself because he gonna get embarrassed if he don't. So I'm just gonna assume that LeBron knows what he's doing. He think that he's ready, or I think he wouldn't have did all this. Then he got a younger son, so we'll see what happened with Bryce James as well. But that's my take on it. Like I get it because some people really upset about it, like really upset. Um, but I don't, it don't bother me. I do think he shouldn't have been drafted because he just wasn't good enough. Like simple as that. But when you got LeBron James as your father, what you expect? You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. Um, oh, so you don't know where he is in America? Okay. I recently got into battle royale games. That's the that's a whole different game, right? It sounds familiar, but all right. One more basketball topic, and then we're gonna move on to the NFL. Team USA, the roster. First, let's get the Kawhi part out the way. Another not surprise. I wasn't surprised that he got dropped off the team, but USA keeps saying it was them. It was their decision. I don't think so. I think, like I said, I think the Clippers, with they own a bomber. I think he was thought about it. Was like, nah, we want you to be ready for this season. The Clippers about to open up a new arena. Now you're gonna really be competing with the Lakers. So I think he want Kawhi to be ready for the season, no matter what, and want him to play. Because he played a lot of games last year. He got hurt near the end of the season, but I think he want him to be ready for the season. So I think the Clippers definitely was a huge influence, and maybe Team USA decided to do it because maybe the Clippers was getting on their nerves to say nah, we just can't have this. So and then everybody's then Derek White, we praised him, of course, played for the Boston Celtics. And Jalen Brown was upset about it, which I can understand. If he really wanted to play, he definitely should have been a spot. I can't even think of any other more players that's not already on the team that would get it over Jalen Brown. Maybe Jalen Brunson with the year he had. Donovan Mitchell was mentioned by some people, like one of those two guys. But Derek White, the logic sounds good. Like they say they needed somebody to do some dirty work, the role playing, be a role player, which Derek White is. He a three and D guy, which the USA needs because most of the roster is pretty much filled with guys that pretty much need the basketball. Maybe except for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's cool. He can just spot up and shoot. But everybody else on the team, maybe I would say Anthony Davis. I don't think Anthony Davis would care about scoring as much. I think everybody else, not even LeBron either, but everybody else is like, you know, uh, guys that's used to being the man on the team. All right, B, man, I appreciate you coming here. I know sports ain't your thing, so I appreciate you just stopping by, giving your support, man. I miss you, bro. Miss being on the game with you, man. Miss the Rumble, man. So, and I'm glad you're all right. So appreciate you stopping by, and I'm gonna definitely, I had some time next week too, so I'm gonna have to put something together. I don't want to throw it out there yet, but I think I'm gonna try to do a live next week. I might have to dust my PS4 off and do a live, man. Might have to do it. So, but I don't want to put it out there 'cause I gotta do some things first. But yeah, man, I just miss the place. I gotta get my PS back up, man. But yeah, but I think Team USA gonna be fine though. Um, Jason Tatum's there, Durant, LeBron, Devin Booker, um, Drew Holiday is another guy. He don't care. He just gonna play his role. Um, and they looked okay last night. I don't even think the Durant played, so they wasn't at full strength. But then Derek White ain't get there yet. Ant Man, he's really starting to surprise me now. Because ever since everybody put all these expectations on him, he has played very, very good basketball. Got the Wolves all the way to the Western Finals. Ever since that narrative got out there, he's been playing hella basketball. So I got to tip my cap to him as well. But I'm interested to see because um, Canada was supposed to be, well, people say Canada is the biggest threat to the U.S. And Canada got some good players. Shai Alexander's there. Dylan Brooks, even though Dylan Brooks is a pain in the butt, but Dylan Brooks is talented. I like Dylan Brooks. He's all right. A couple of other NBA players they have. Jamal Murray is on the Canada team. What's the other team you put out there? Spain, I think, is deep with some NBA players. Um, or is it France? No, France with Wimby um, leading that team. Greece made it with Giannis. So it's gonna be fun to watch. I like watching these international teams. The women's side, the women's basketball thing, they gonna dominate. Like I'd be surprised if they lose a game. The women's national team. That's still uh, women. It's still more women American players than national players right now. It's not like the NBA. So the women team probably cakewalk to their goal. I think the U.S. will be challenged here and there, but once they start hitting their shots, it'll be over. So, and Olympics start what? And still got 2 weeks to go. What's the date? 11th. Yeah, so we still got 2 weeks to the Olympics. I don't think they play their first real game to the 28th. So, still a long time for that. Um, but yeah, Kawhi Jalen Brown having reason to be upset though. Um, but it's all politics and media because Jalen Brown is quote unquote um, a media, an activist or whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use. Social justice guy. He just have strong opinions about certain things. And maybe USA was like, well, the USA team. Well, he said Nike. I heard this narrative about Nike has control over it as well. Um, so I think it was politics because he clearly should have been on. I honestly thought he was already on the team. Like so, when they said he wasn't on the team, I was sort of surprised. I thought he was already on the team. So, um, but the U.S. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't win gold this year. It's still a big gap between the U.S. and everybody else. So, okay, all right, yeah, my man B say Luigi Mansion is great. Yeah, I might have to check it out. I might have to check that game out just to have something new to play for real for my Switch. But all right, let's talk about some NFL stuff. Training camp is right around the corner. If you've been actually go to my page right now and follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I've been doing my little clips of every NFL team. We 3 divisions down. We got 5 to go. Next week we'll be doing the AFC South. I just did the NFC South this week, Then the week before, I did the NFC West, and then I started with the AFC West. So we're gonna touch on that for a second. Um, but I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys for a little bit. And like I said, just like the mainstream media, Lakers and Cowboys always dominate the headlines, right? But Dallas, like this offseason has been like if you're a Cowboys fan, you gotta be confident in a way because I think Dak gonna get paid, but still that whole situation is shaky. Micah Parsons having problems with the organization and beyond. CD Lamb is not signed. They said he definitely gonna hold out. They said basically he's definitely gonna hold out. Dak might still show up, and Parsons might show up, but they said Lamb is definitely probably gonna hold out of training camp. So, but then throw all that. I mean, they are three pretty much your three main guys, and then the offseason as far as like throw free agents. Them and the Lakers pretty much are the same in a way. The only thing with the Lakers is LeBron is an all-time great. You don't see Dak as an all-time great, or Micah probably go get there. So does CD, probably Dak too. Um, but the Lakers have won more lately. So, but it's just too much. It's just too messy. Like, and I think Dallas this year, I ain't do the NFC East yet. I figure that might be the last division. No, we're doing the AFC West last. But I mean AFC East last. Excuse me. But the East is pretty much Philly. I like what Philadelphia did. They did a lot of good things. I just still need to see more from them. Dallas is right there. I think Washington, of course, um, is starting over. They drafted the young kid from the LSU, the quarterback. Name ain't coming to me right now. If it come to me, I say something. Um, and the Giants, they still a wild card. I think the Giants have the talent. It's going to depend on Daniel Jones. Do he take a step forward and be a better player? If not, really, you put the Giants and the Commanders to the side. It's really Philadelphia and Dallas. But Dallas is just not the way this offseason going. I don't know if I would put Philadelphia over them right now as we sit here today, unless something happens between now and training camp or between now and the regular season. But they got to get together, man. Like people been saying this for years, and you can't fire the owner, but Jerry Jones just messy, just always opening his mouth, saying this, saying that. So he pretty much had the decision making in the front office. I think he need to he's not going to do it, but obviously he need to just sit back and chill, let somebody else run the daily operation. Still, do your little radio show he do every week. Still have your tidbits. But as far as hands on, I think he need to step back. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's just been a weird offseason for the Cowboys. So I don't think they're gonna fall completely off the earth, but I just think they're gonna have times when they struggle this year, especially if then the latest thing they've been talking about that they caught him in a walking boot. So how injured is he? Is they trying to hide something? Is it drama? People start this. People I heard somebody actually said they think it's fake. It's just to get a headline. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Like I wouldn't be surprised because of the Cowboys. I wouldn't be surprised, but just like with any quarterback situation, they should have paid him last year. You're already too late. So if you go out there and play if he had just the year he had last year, what you gonna do? Because you're gonna be too good to really get a quarterback for the next draft. I don't know how this QB draft is this year. Well, next year for 2025. But I don't think it's going to be as strong as this one was. This was a deep quarterback draft. 12 went in the first round. Like, I think 12 overall. I think 8 or 9 went in the first round alone. So it was a deep quarterback draft this past season. I don't know how strong the year. I put it like this. I haven't heard any quarterbacks in the next class that's standing above everybody else. I think the first day to come to mind is Deion Sanders' son, Shador Sanders. I think he's going to get some looks, but it's nobody else out there. But somebody's going to emerge. Somebody probably whoever's the Alabama quarterback is or whatever. Somebody's going to emerge and make this class stronger. But right now, it's a dead class. So um, free agency, like really free agency, the quarterbacks are washed up. You got to go to some veterans that's already been around the league. Um, that's not going to be enough. Um, so I think they got it. I think they don't have no choice but to give Dak his money, in my opinion. Well, you had to start all the way over. You're gonna be um, a loser for a while. Um, we'll see how that situation goes. But it's just too much mess around the Cowboys. We'll see if it be a distraction or not. But I think Philadelphia definitely got to feel good about um, what they done in the offseason and how they where they stack up in the NFC East right now. So, like I said, the divisions that I already went over in the roundabout series, like I said, you can go watch the clips yourselves. The AFC West, of course, Chiefs. I just think they have a good chance to three-peat, but history said that it won't. It never been happened before. But I think they got better though. Um, that's why I think a lot of teams really might have missed the boat on winning the championship last year. Um, the Chargers, I think they're going to be better this year just by the coaching change alone with Jim Harbaugh now being the coach. But I mean, I think Justin Herbert got to show me something this year. But the Chargers lost a lot of pieces. That was the main thing I talked about with them. Um, the Raiders, I like with it. I like the direction they're going, but I still think they're a year away. They got to get their quarterback right. But I think the rest of the team is solid. And Denver Broncos, I think this is going to be a growing pains year for them as well. They really don't have their quarterback yet, so um, we'll see what happens with them. They go to the NFC West. The Niners, uh, similar, not as bad as the Cowboys, but they got a lot of off the field stuff to deal with going on with IU. Even though they seem like they got better over the last week or two. But they did draft some young receivers. Debo Samuel still there. But I think it's going to be on Brock Purdy. Will he improve or will he decline? I think that's going to be the biggest question for the Niners. Arizona Cardinals, like I said, they one of the interesting teams this year. Kyler Murray, I think, got a lot to prove. I think he's going to have a great year. Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, we'll be watching him. Um, who else out there? The LA Rams is a team to look out for as well. Um, Matthew Stafford getting a little old though, so we'll see if he's able to stay healthy. Noah Darnold, he retired, so we'll see how they replace him. And who else we got out there? The Seattle Seahawks, I think. Um, like I said, Geno Smith has been great for them the last few years, but is he enough? Um, and a new culture change. So we'll see how the Seahawks manage this year. And then the NFC South, of course, to me, it's between Tampa and Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta getting Kirk Cousins. I think that was huge for them. So their quarterback play will be better. I think the defense still got to improve. But the Buccaneers got to be the favorite. The year they had last year, Baker Mayfield, I think he finally found his home in Tampa. Todd Bowles now could get that defense even stronger. So I think it's going to be between those two teams. The Saints, like I said, I said it in my clip about the Saints. I don't know what you can expect for the Saints this year. I have a lot of faith in Derek Carr still, but I think he's going to have to really have a big year. But that defense is what the Saints got to put their ankle on. They've got probably the best defense in this division. And the Carolina Panthers, you know where they are right now. Bryce Young's second year, we'll see if he improves. I think that's the biggest thing the Panthers should be focused on this year. And like I said, next week we'll do the AFC South, of course, with the Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another very interesting division. Can't wait for that next week. That's where we stand at. And then the following week we will do the AFC North, which I think a lot of people is waiting on, with that strong division: Ravens, Browns, Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. So there's a lot to talk about the next few weeks, so just stay tuned here. Like I said, go follow me on my other social media platforms. And we could you could go from there. You can see all my clips there. So um, that's pretty much it for this show. Just want to touch on a lot of things. Like I said, it's the summer, so not a lot of sports going on. Final thoughts with the channel. I might do another show next week. I got some time, so I might fit in another show next week. Probably just won't be much. Probably just be a short video. I might not even go live. I might just do a video and post it. And like I said, we'll do the AFC South Roundabout Series next week. I'm doing Super Mario World clips. I've been doing them lately, so I might do another one actually today. Put that up in my shorts. Like I said, check out my community wall. I got a poll up. Do you think Bronny James should have been drafted? Give your opinion and your vote. Start a conversation there because a lot of people, um, some people think he shouldn't have, and I'm one of them. Really, I really, do. I just, uh, but also I understand people thinking, well, it's LeBron James' son, so if then LeBron has so much power, so um, you shouldn't be surprised by all this. I'm just not bent out of shape about it, but some people are. So, and some people say, it is what it is. So, but you can give your opinion there. What else to touch on? I think that's it, y'all. Like I said, sorry about the glare on the camera. Like I said, my camera's messed up, got a crack in my phone, so that's why it's this glare. So I tried my best to fix it. I thought I could probably just not have my face showing, but I couldn't do it like that. So, but that's fine. As long as y'all able to hear me pretty well, I'll probably go back over the video as well. Um, and I just appreciate you guys. Like I said, follow me on my social media platforms. Um, Try to stay cool. It's been a hot one everywhere in the country. My thoughts is with the people down south, particularly the Texas area, as the hurricane landed. People without power, people lost their lives. So um, definitely on my thoughts down there in Houston and in Texas, period. Um, I think we about to get some of that, the remnants of it. So we might just get some rain or something. Um, but just keep them people on your mind. Um, that's it, man. That's it. I think that's it. I don't really have that much to say. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to my man B. Thank you for coming through, bro. Hopefully everything. I meant to ask you about how everything went with schools. Hopefully you're out of school. I don't know how it works over in other countries, but our kids are on a break right now, so hopefully you're on a break. Um, Man, but it was really good to hear from you as always. You've been a loyal fan, even though I know you don't know nothing about American sports, but still, thank you for coming through. Um, and if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I guess I'll see you guys next week sometime. So appreciate it. Peace and love always. Definitely comment, hit the like button. Appreciate you guys, man. Troy West here. Um, Hope y'all having a great summer so far. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Peace and love. See you guys next time.